What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, a completely different environment. We are in New York City. So for those of you that don't know, I spent about 35 days in the Dominican Republic, and before that I was traveling for like another 6 weeks. I've kind of committed to a mission of freedom. That's why I've inspired myself to really just open up this YouTube channel and post a whole lot more, because it's just what I'm going through and what I'm finding. And I've been traveling now for about 3 months and it's been incredible. And now I'm spending some time in New York City. I came back to get my cats. I'm gonna get them travel documents and all that, and I'm gonna travel with my cats. We'll see where I go to next. But today I wanted to make you guys a video about why 99% of people fail. As I ask myself, how do I provide as much value as possible on this channel? I think about, well, what would I want to hear? And when I was just getting started, I didn't really know much. I started when I was 17 and I started making content and I was lost, but then I found out that you could get paid to make people videos, started doing that, and then that's what led me to start my first business, which is essentially a digital marketing agency where we provide a bunch of different pieces of content, consulting, and leadership for all types of brands. There's a kitty. And so today I'd like to pass on 4 bits of knowledge that for me were in a blind spot and took a long time to figure out. I can confidently tell you guys that these areas are very important, and when you hang out with other successful people, they too will prioritize these areas. So let's go ahead and get into the video, and remember, if you like this video, make sure to like. Don't forget. Area number 1 is your mindset. A lot of people believe, well, am I an introvert or am I an extrovert? Regardless of what you are, you need to be enthusiastic. No one's going to believe your ideas if you cannot convince them that you are passionate about your ideas. And when it comes to pursuing ideas or pursuing a goal or some kind of objective, you need to be enthusiastic. You need to believe it. If you don't believe it in yourself, you're constantly being pulled down because you're like, oh, this isn't really gonna work. I don't really like this idea. For example, if any of you have ever worked at a job you don't like, it's like, imagine working at a job you don't like and pretending like you do. It's gonna get exhausting because your true feelings are constantly pushing you down. So if you're not enthusiastic about what you are currently doing, try to find something that you're enthusiastic about, figure out what you're passionate about, figure out what kind of goal or dream, just from thinking about it, lights you up from the inside. That's a great little shower of whether or not you're passionate about it. But you need to be enthusiastic. You need to be optimistic about the idea. Most people do not get beyond this first barrier because they don't really can't find the energy in themselves to care about what they're trying to do. So take your time. If you don't like anything, you don't find yourself being passionate about anything, go do something you hate. This is a great video that Casey Neistat made about doing something you hate. If you do enough of what you hate, you'll probably figure it out. Area number 2 is clarity of your target. If you don't know the basket and you don't know where it's at, you don't know what it is, then how can you hit your target, right? This is a great quote that was passed on to me by another YouTuber friend of mine, Brett Conti, and he's so right. You know, how do you expect yourself to hit a target if you don't even know what the target looks like? How do you know if you're successful or not? You need to be very clear on your goal. You need to kind of visualize it and try to manifest it in that form. But also you need to understand that achieving your goal is probably really, really hard. And so expect failure, be optimistic about failure, right? Just like we said in area number 1. And from that understanding of your target and your goal, it would be a lot easier to stay motivated, to know how to succeed, know how to study other people that are doing it, have as much clarity around your target as possible, do research, look at other people that are already doing it, and make sure that you know that it is a very challenging objective. Try to learn as much as you can when pursuing your target. Area number 3, this one is one that took me a long time to figure out, but it's essentially discipline over motivation. A lot of people think they're like, oh, I'm just not motivated. I need to get motivated. Well, as long as you have that mindset and that clarity of your goal and you know that it lights you up inside, understand that the work to get it going is probably going to suck. You need to learn to love it. You need to learn to be passionate about it, right? Now, if you hate the work and you hate the objective at all, that's what I was saying earlier. But even if you love the goal, I used to be really inspired about being a comedian, and I'm still very inspired about becoming some kind of influencer because I really do believe in my leadership, and I think that I can guide people towards a better lifestyle. Thinking about it lights me up. And so if I'm, for example, sending DMs to try to network with a specific person, I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. The reminder of the passion and the discipline is much easier to obtain because I'm actually passionate about the outcome. But when it comes to the tasks and the work that I have to do now in order to get to the next level, you need discipline for that. Understand though, however, that eventually you will have enough revenue to outsource the work you do not like to do. There's a lot of books on this, but you have to still work with what you have at the beginning. A lot of people either go to college and they get a leg up in that manner. A lot of people get investors or have a great network. But if you don't have any of those things, what can you rely on? Your actual time. Turn your time into money, but you still need discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline happens no matter what. Regardless of how you feel, you're still getting the work done. And area number 4, this one is really, really hard, and it's essentially who you surround yourself with. The reason why this was challenging, at least for me, is because when you are so in love with the people around you and they make you very comfortable, it can be hard to make that tough decision to get them out of your life, even if they're holding you back, because you care for them and your body naturally wants to stay comfortable. And so for you to now exit that comfort, for you to get rid of friends, stop talking to certain family possibly, that's really, really hard. It's a tough pill to swallow, but you have to ask yourself, am I willing to sacrifice for my dreams? Because if you do not sacrifice for your dreams become the sacrifice, right? So be very careful on who you surround yourself with. Make sure that they are refined people, like I've spoken about in other videos. Make sure that they are growth oriented. Make sure that they're going to push you to succeed. Yes, discipline is the answer, but discipline is really, really hard to obtain sometimes. And there will be mess ups, there will be failures. So do you have a team? Do you have a group of people that push you towards excellence, that make the gravitational pull towards excellence easier to feel? Because if you don't have that, then you have people pulling you down, pulling you towards bad patterns and bad habits. And that makes it even harder. Like 99% of people fail already. Imagine having people pulling you back, that baggage, that extra weight. You do not need it, but it is super, super hard to put it into full practice. Understand that this is all a journey. Understand that you have to give yourself grace. Do not rush yourself. Listen to your emotions. Make sure that you're not making a mistake that you are going to regret. I know a lot of this is like an and if or, but then an or if and then it's like super, super complicated. But like understand that this is just all information to lean on. When you are in a specific situation, you'll be able to talk to your intuition. In discipline and motivation, you have to sometimes ignore your feelings and choose discipline, but that's because you know you're headed in the right direction, right? However, when you're with friends that aren't good for you, you have to rely on logic and not your emotions. So bear with yourself. It will take some time to get used to all this, but understand that you have to sacrifice for your dreams, or your dreams will become the sacrifice. Ask yourself how badly you want it. One of the first things I realized as a kid is there is a reason why so many people are motivated. So many people are excited, they commit to a goal, but what happens? What makes them fail? Because at the end of the day, what makes me any different? I also have some goals and I'm passionate. So I highly recommend being very, very careful who you surround yourself with, because they can just be extra baggage. The number one recommendation is to be very careful who you let around you. Make sure that they're growth positive, make sure that they're energy positive, and do your best to network at all times. Not only is this good for generating business and cash flow, but this is also great energy people that could push you to become better and better and better every month. If you do not have a group like this, then I've actually just created a Discord, and it's going to be very, very exclusive to growth-oriented people. So if you're one of these people that knows you need to be doing this, but it's hard for you to actually enter a group or find a group, then I've created one for you. I'm going to be calling it The Basement. It's essentially growth-oriented people that are very humble and aren't afraid of the work, but also are very respectful. And so I'm creating a group called The Basement. If you'd like to join, you can enter the page. It's right in my description and you can check it out. I've been part of so many groups. I've been around so many different people. I've worked with so many different business partners, and I want to guide a group of people towards making 6 figures a year. Making 6 figures a year for me was really, really helpful. And now I essentially have the leadership skills and the teacher skills to teach other people how to do it. And I'm very passionate about making it very, very affordable. So if you're interested, head over to the link in my description and I'll see you there. But I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope that you gained something from it. This is information that took me a very, very long time to find, but I know now that I've grounded it and it's been making me money, I know it's true. So I would love to pass it on to you. Make sure that if you like this video to drop a like. If you have any questions, just comment them down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. My channel is all things freedom, mind, body, and spirit, and I would love to guide you towards a life that's more fulfilling. The more I can spread abundance, the more abundance there will be in this world, and we can all work together to make the world a better place. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on Thursday.